So one thing I want to talk about real quick, that I noticed, Turkey Al Sheik matchups that he's been putting on, because people haven't really seen Turkey Al Sheik put on the matchups that he likes, like that he really wants to see, like the ones that he really wants to see. He's dibbed and dabbed in as far as the heavyweights, but he hasn't really gotten to like the 130s, the featherweights, and 135s and 40s, and the way he really wants to. The lower weight classes, middle, high, he hasn't really got to those weight classes like he wants to. And I've seen a lot of people changing how they talk about boxing, narratives, the boxers that they favor. Now it's all equal opportunity. Everything's 50-50 now. Um, I'm just seeing how everyone's talking about different fights now, and it just shows that a lot of people never believed actually what they were saying before. In boxing, the reason why it's not in a good place is we've had people use things like YouTube and media and newspapers and websites and Twitter and everything else. We've had people use that for the last 10 years to push narratives. I would say 99% of the stuff that's been tweeted and reported has not came true. It never was true. We're starting to find out now that it was all a promotional thing, marketing, building up fights, and everything else. We have guys right now arguing about, oh, well, this person's resume isn't this, and his person isn't that. And then at the end of the conversation, they'll say, well, all these guys are just talking. Why are you taking stuff where guys are just talking so serious then to the point where you want to attack and go at people over something that's not true? If you know these guys are just promoting fights and they're just talking and they're not as serious as they make it out to be in certain situations, why is it being taken so serious to the point where people want to run around and just do all kind of things as far as troll and everything else, and people just look the other way on certain things? Like I said, diehard fans and casuals have the same opinions these days. They're not separating themselves. You know how you can let everybody know you're a diehard fan or something. Just speak about boxing the way that it's supposed to be spoken. Don't just. But if you're saying the same thing a person who just started watching boxing yesterday is saying, it's not going to work the way you think it is. That's why Turkey Al Sheik right now, the people that is in place and the guys who's been winning are not the big names that everybody was saying. Well, that's not a big name. That's not a big name. Big names don't matter in boxing. That's the reason why I watch boxing, because big names don't matter. That's why I like to see certain people. Have we seen what happened last year? Big names. Most of the guys who was making all these big upsets and wins weren't big names. They weren't the ones who were favored. They weren't people who were looked at as the next face of boxing. They weren't top five pound for pound, top two, top one. So we got to understand Turkey Al Sheik is unveiling everything on everybody. Like the thing that he's helping the most right now is they really have to start talking about real boxing now. That's the thing that I love that Turkey Al Sheik is actually doing right now. People can't just get out there and be like, well, I think this guy's ducking, I think this guy's the boogeyman, and everything else like that. If you like a guy from a certain country, nobody has a problem with that. But when we turn me liking a guy from a certain country or a certain place or a certain weight class or anything like that, or a person that I used to like and he got beat by this guy, so I think this guy's the best now, that's fine. Just don't turn that conversation into a breaking down boxing conversation. It's too many opinions getting. People say, well, that's my opinion. What's wrong with my opinion? Bro, it's so many facts in boxing that you can actually talk about. Why would you even use your opinion? That's my thing about it. Like, it's so many facts that you can break down. Why would you even use your opinion? And Turkey Al Sheik is revealing all that. It's not, boxing's not gonna go back to the place that people think it is. You gotta actually report boxing now in a correct manner. And you can't just favor one person all the time just because, well, this guy's done this and I feel like this. No, it's not gonna work out that way. If you do that in 2025, it's gonna get exposed. Too many 50-50 fights right now. And to be honest with you, last year didn't have that many 50-50 fights. It was just a lot more guys was in tougher fights than they actually been in. But I wouldn't consider them a lot of 50-50 fights that happened last year. And we got to realize Turkey didn't really put on that many fights like he's going to do this year. Most of those fights last year were like rematches and stuff like that. So we're going to see. But it's all going to get revealed this year. I'm telling you.